Think you know what Disney World cast members really think about guests? Think again, because behind every perfect smile, every calm "right this way," every cheerful wave and polished "have a magical day," there's a real human holding together the most carefully engineered live show on Earth. And here's the part most people miss. Cast members don't secretly hate you. They secretly hate the little things guests do, often with good intentions, that jam the gears of the show. The habits that slow everything down. The moves that create chaos in a place built on choreography. The moments that quietly crack the illusion for the family standing right next to you. I've spent years paying attention to how the parks actually function, listening to cast member stories, watching the patterns, noticing what gets corrected fast and what gets ignored until it becomes a problem. And I found 12 things Disney World cast members secretly hate you're doing. Not to shame you, to upgrade you. Because if you fix even a few of these, you don't just become a better guest. You become the kind of guest cast members remember backstage. We're counting down from 12 to 1, and we're ending with the one habit that doesn't just annoy cast members. It breaks the one rule Disney can't enforce with a sign. All right, curtain up. Number 12. You stop in the middle of the walkway like the world paused for your photo. You know the scene. The music is swelling, the castle is lined up perfectly, and your brain goes, "This is the shot." So you stop. Dead center. No warning, phone up. Maybe you start backing up to get the angle. And behind you, the entire street turns into bumper cars. Here's what most guests don't realize. Disney walkways aren't just sidewalks. They're engineered lanes. Crowd flow is planned like stage blocking, especially during parades, fireworks exit, and peak afternoon heat when everyone moves slower. When you dead stop in the main current, you create a ripple. Then cast members have to redirect traffic without making it feel like traffic control. They're basically stage managers pretending to be friendly hosts. Fix is simple. Pull over. If you need to stop, slide to the side. Plant yourself near a wall, a planter, a trash can, anywhere that isn't the center lane. Same photo. Zero pileup. And if you think cast members hate the dead stop, wait until you hear what they hate even more. Number 11. You treat cast members like they're not part of the story. Disney doesn't call them employees for a reason. They call them cast members. The park is the stage. Every interaction is part of the show, whether it's a ride host, a merch cashier, a food service worker, or the person calmly guiding a crowd that's one churro away from a meltdown. So when a guest snaps fingers, whistles, barks, "Hey," cuts them off mid-sentence, or hits them with the nuclear line, "I paid a lot of money to be here," it lands like someone walking onto a Broadway stage and yelling at the actors to hurry up. Because that person isn't just doing a task, they're doing emotional performance. They're managing your day and everyone else's day at the same time. And yes, you might be tired, your kid might be unraveling, your plan might be collapsing. But cast members are absorbing that, multiplied by thousands. One tiny upgrade changes everything. Talk to them like a human. "Hi. Excuse me. Thank you." Eye contact. A normal tone. It sounds small. Backstage, it's huge. And the next habit forces cast members into an improv routine they didn't ask for. Number 10. You try to make characters break character. You walk up and ask, "So who are you really?" You tell a princess, "Be honest, do you get breaks?" You joke, "Aren't you dying in there?" You ask for a real voice. You push for reality because you think it's funny. But on stage, that character is real. That rule exists to protect the illusion for everyone around you, especially kids. For the little one in line clutching an autograph book like it's sacred, this isn't a costume. It's the moment their brain has been building toward for months. When you force reality into the interaction, you put the performer in a trap. They can't answer normally. They have to dodge, redirect, or respond in story while keeping you from feeling embarrassed and keeping the kid behind you from losing the magic. If you want to be the guest characters adore, play along. Ask story questions. Compliment something in-world. Let the character lead the vibe. Because when you keep the illusion intact, the interaction stops being a photo. It becomes a memory. And speaking of memories, let's talk about the place where patience goes to die. Number 9. You treat line etiquette like it's optional. Line cutting. Rope ducking. My family is up there, holding spots for 6 people who just went to the bathroom. Sliding into the merge point like you're entering a freeway. Cast members see it. Other guests see it. Everyone feels it. But cast members can't always call it out loudly without turning a magical cue into a confrontation. So they handle it quietly and strategically. And here's what people don't get. When you cut, you're not just saving time, you're stealing it from everyone who followed the rules. It creates arguments, it triggers complaints, it slows loading because people stop paying attention and start policing each other. One small shortcut can turn a calm line into a tense one. If you need to step out for the restroom, do it the right way. Be quick, re-enter politely, and don't reunite a full crew at the front. Because the next thing cast members hate happens right when the line ends, when everything should run smooth. Number 8. You reach the front unprepared, and then you start searching for your life. You waited 40 minutes. You finally get to the counter, the scanner, the loading gate, and only then you go, "Hold on." Now it's phone brightness, app login, ticket not loading, wallet missing, MagicBand not working, cell service disappearing the second you need it. Behind you, the line watches your screen buffer. Cast members run on rhythm. Dispatch, scan, load, check, send. When someone arrives unprepared, the cadence breaks. It can delay dispatch times and create backups that spill into the walkway. Best habit, do a quick readiness check before you reach the front. Ticket up, band ready, wallet in hand. 10 seconds. Now we're getting into the habits that don't just annoy cast members, they drain them. Number 7. You unload frustration on cast members for things they can't control. Ride goes down, weather hits, a show is delayed, a system glitches, dining is booked, return times shift. Guests look for a face to attach their anger to, so they aim at the nearest cast member. But that person didn't break the ride. They didn't invent the policy, they didn't summon the storm. They're the messenger standing in the splash zone. And what makes this brutal is that cast members have to stay on stage, even when they're being treated unfairly. Calm voice, polite language, de-escalation mode. You can still advocate for yourself without attacking the person in front of you. Ask what options exist. Ask where to go for help. Use a normal tone. Because the second you cross into insults, you don't win. You just make someone's day worse. And if you think they hate being yelled at, wait until you hear what they hate being turned into. Number 6. You treat cast members like content. Yes, record your vacation. That's normal. But some guests take it further. They shove phones inches from faces, film cast members during conflicts, zoom in during mistakes, post a clip for clout like it's a gotcha. Cast members are performers, but they're not props. They're not your punchline, and they're not a character in your story. Imagine being recorded at your worst customer service moment while you're trying to keep your job and keep the environment calm. Then imagine it living online forever. If you film, do it respectfully. Don't record arguments. Don't chase people with cameras. If a cast member looks uncomfortable, back off. Because the next one is so common, it's basically invisible until you're the one cleaning it. Number 5. You leave trash like it's a disappearing act. A cup on a ledge, a wrapper tucked into a planter, a sticky plate left on a table, a half-eaten snack abandoned like it teleported there. Sometimes it's accidental, but cast members can tell when it's intentional. Disney's magic runs on cleanliness. A spotless street feels like a storybook. A trashed corner feels like real life. And when guests leave mess behind, cast members have to fix it while staying on stage. Smiling, moving smoothly, acting like it's effortless. Easy fix. If you carried it in, carry it out to a bin. If you spill something, tell someone. They'd rather handle it quickly than let it spread. Now the next one is where cute behavior crosses into unsafe. Number 4. You let kids climb on characters, grab costumes, or get rough. Hugs? Great. High fives? Perfect. But climbing, pulling tails, yanking sleeves, slapping costume parts, rushing at full speed? That's how performers get hurt. Costumes limit visibility and movement. Big heads reduce peripheral vision. Gloves reduce grip. Shoes aren't designed for sudden dodges, and the performer can't react like a normal person. They can't say, "ow." They can't push away. They have to stay in character while an attendant steps in without making a scene. Teach kids gentle hands. No climbing, no grabbing, no pulling. You protect the performer, and you protect the magic, because nothing breaks the illusion faster than an interaction turning chaotic. Now, this next one sounds obvious, but it's one of the fastest ways to shut down the show. Number 3, you ignore safety instructions because you think they don't apply to you. Standing up early, unbuckling, leaning out for photos, reaching outside the vehicle, crossing ropes, hopping barriers, just for a better view. Cast members aren't giving safety lines to be annoying. They're giving them because one injury can stop everything. When someone gets hurt, it triggers a full chain. The attraction halts, the area locks down, medical arrives, reports happen, timing gets wrecked, and suddenly hundreds or thousands of other guests have their day disrupted. Safety is the invisible contract that keeps the magic running. So when you hear "remain seated," treat it like what it is, a hard rule, not a suggestion. Now we're entering the top 2, and this is where cast members start feeling trapped. Number 2. You ask for special treatment in ways that put cast members in a no-win situation. Can you just let us in? We're only 5 minutes late. It's my kid's birthday. Can we ride again? Can you make an exception? Sometimes it's polite. Sometimes it's pressure. Either way, it puts cast members in a corner, because the park runs on consistency. If a cast member bends rules for one guest, the next guest expects it too. Then it becomes unfair. Then arguments start. Then cast members get blamed for being mean or playing favorites. And here's what you don't see. Cast members can get in trouble for bending rules. A tiny favor for you can become a big consequence for them. If you need help, ask what options exist instead. There are often real solutions, but they're inside the system, not outside it. Don't ask cast members to choose between your happiness and their job. And now, number 1. The big one. The one that hits deeper than lines, trash, phones, or policies. Number 1. You forget they're human. It's easy to see a uniform and assume service. It's easy to see a name tag and assume NPC. It's easy to see a character and assume mascot. But under the costume is a real person. Under the smile is a real day. A person who woke up early. A person who has been on their feet for hours. A person who has repeated the same directions 100 times. A person who has been blamed for things they didn't cause. And still, they smile. They wave. They keep the story alive. Because for someone in that park, today isn't just a vacation. It might be their first trip ever. It might be the one trip they saved for all year. It might be the day a kid finally gets to see the place they've only seen on a screen. Cast members don't know your story, so they treat every guest like it matters. And that's why it stings when guests treat them like obstacles instead of people. Now here's the bonus insight. The one rule Disney can't enforce with signs, ropes, or announcements. Disney can train timing. They can train posture. They can train scripts and procedures. But there's one thing they can't program: the human heart. There's an invisible line in the parks, the magic line, where the show stops being a job and becomes something real. It happens when a cast member chooses patience instead of rushing, when a character holds a hug a second longer, when someone helps a stressed parent without making it a big deal. That part can't be scheduled. It depends on a choice. A cast member choosing kindness, a guest choosing kindness back. And when guests forget cast members are human, it pushes everyone away from that line. It makes the job colder, more mechanical, more protective. But when you treat them like people, you help keep the park's biggest secret alive. The magic works both ways. So next time you're in Disney World, don't just be a guest. Be the kind of guest who protects the show. Because the show isn't just fireworks and castles. It's humans choosing, all day long, to make a place feel impossible. Now I want to hear from you. What's the most unforgettable cast member moment you've ever had? Funny, sweet, perfectly timed, or something you still think about years later? Drop it in the comments. If you want more behind-the-curtain Disney stories, hit like, subscribe, and watch the next video, because once you know how the show really works, you'll never see the parks the same way again.